When somebody goes missing and we become engaged as any police officer, not just major crime, we will look at all the details and make considerations on the information we have, right? When it comes to a missing person, we have to automatically consider are there people that have different charter implications and things like that, so we will automatically start to consider what evidence is pointing us towards a suspicious in nature. Again, I can't comment more than that, but every missing person case, we would approach it from the same process, a methodical collection and review of information with decisions based on that.
Imagine this. 2 small children vanish without a trace from what seemed like the safest place on Earth, their own backyard. No footprints in the mud. No cries in the night. Nothing except an eerie silence that still hangs over the Sullivan property. Today, we're diving deep into 5 jaw-dropping revelations about the Lily and Jack Sullivan case that have remained buried beneath official statements and media soundbites. These are the facts that demand our attention, the hidden clues and secret discoveries that may finally explain what happened. But before we begin, do one simple thing for Lily and Jack. Hit that subscribe button, drop your prayers in the comments, and let's shine a light on the truth together. 1. Unprecedented polygraph blitz. Late one afternoon, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police quietly embarked on what would become one of the most extensive polygraph operations in Canadian missing persons history. Within 24 hours of Lily and Jack being reported missing, agents set up an impromptu testing center just behind the family's mobile home. It looked nondescript. Trailers parked haphazardly, folding chairs, clipboards, and quiet conversations between technicians. But inside those trailers, a storm was brewing. Over the next 3 days, fully 54 people would submit to lie detector examinations. Friends, relatives, neighbors, even the mail carrier who'd stopped by the afternoon before the disappearance. In most vanishings, polygraphs are rare, typically reserved for homicide investigations or cases with direct evidence of foul play. Yet here they were, relentlessly probing for hidden motives, for slips of the tongue, for any sign that someone close to Lily or Jack knew more than they were letting on. Each session dragged on for nearly 2 hours. Examiners began by establishing baselines, questions about the weather, casual chats to measure pulse and sweat responses under normal conditions. Then came the tough inquiries. Did you harm the children? Where were you between midnight and 2 a.m.? Did you see anyone suspicious around the property? But the real intensity came from the unexpected details. Technicians asked about the angle at which a volunteer tied her shoes, whether a family friend had paused to check their phone before joining the ground search, or if the babysitter remembered locking the trailer door at night. Family members later described the process as feeling like a trial without a judge. Every heartbeat and twitch recorded, every answer questioned. And the results? They aren't public. Under court order, every nuance of those polygraph readings remains sealed. The only certainty is that someone's truth is locked behind that verdict. And it may be the very clue that breaks this case once and for all. 2. The vanishing footprint void. Picture dawn on May 2nd. More than 100 volunteers fanning out across marshland, knee-deep in mud. They worked in grids, systematically sweeping the property's 8 square kilometers with canines on leashes, helicopters overhead, and drones broadcasting thermal images back to command posts. Every boot print was chalked, photographed, and cataloged. Yet, when the search teams compared notes, not a single footprint could be traced to Lily or Jack. No tiny impressions in soft mud, no scuffed dirt where someone might have stumbled, no marks to suggest the children had walked or been carried away from the scene. Wildlife prints appeared, deer, raccoons, even a lone coyote, but the children's footprints never materialized. Veteran trackers call this phenomenon the footprint void. It's so rare that many in the wilderness search community have only encountered it in textbooks or during advanced training simulations. Under ordinary circumstances, a barefoot child walking across damp earth would leave shallow depressions, perhaps even a slide mark where a foot dragged. But in this case, the void was absolute. Flawless grid lines of searchers, perfect arcs of aerial sweeps, and still no physical trace of the missing siblings. Some speculate this could only be achieved by loading the children into a vehicle with specialized tires, wheels so wide and smooth they left no discernible print. Others entertain the unthinkable. Aerial extraction, a helicopter swoop, a rope harness, gone in minutes. Yet official logs show no helicopter activity that night. The silence speaks louder than any textbook theory. What method could erase all physical signs of departure from that place? 3. Aunt Haley's midnight revelation. Among the Sullivan family, Aunt Haley was known for her gentle voice and unwavering devotion to her niece and nephew. On the night of May 1st, she stepped outside for fresh air just after midnight, hoping to clear her mind. The night was so quiet it pressed on her ears until she heard Ray's voices inside the trailer, voices she recognized but had never heard so angry. She froze, heart pounding, as the argument crescendoed. Minutes later, she glimpsed movement through the curtains, an unmarked white pickup truck idling behind the trailer, engine purring in the darkness. The headlights were off, the license plate obscured. Haley watched for nearly 2 full minutes before the engine revved and the truck slipped away down a gravel road. This crucial detail never made it into early press releases. Investigators waited to verify surveillance footage from a utility camera half a kilometer away before publicly acknowledging Haley's sighting. When the video arrived, the truck's shape matched her description exactly. That single lead reignited activity. Teams retraced that gravel road, interviewed neighbors who lived along it, and re-examined every anonymous tip. Some armchair detectives now argue the truck belonged to someone inside the family circle, someone who wanted to move the children without raising immediate suspicion. Others believe it points to an outside perpetrator staking out the trailer that night. Whatever the case, Haley's midnight revelation remains one of the most chilling moments in this saga. 4. Hidden underground drug operation. It wasn't until law enforcement executed a court-ordered warrant that the full scope of what lay beneath the Sullivan home came to light. Forensic teams pried up loose floor panels in the back room and discovered hidden cables for UV grow lights, empty fertilizer and nutrient bags scattered in corners, and a faint smell of dried vegetation in air pockets beneath the wood. Further inspection revealed several pieces of drug paraphernalia, glass pipes, Ziploc bags still carrying the faintest scent of marijuana, and plastic tubing streaked with residue. It was clear someone had been running a clandestine hydroponic operation inside the trailer. Until that moment, family members had concealed this from neighbors and friends. Lights blinked at odd hours and mysterious visitors wearing surgical masks came and went, but no one asked too many questions. Investigators now believe this illicit activity created a dual incentive to silence anyone with knowledge of the grow-op. If a relative feared criminal charges, they might have been tempted to divert attention elsewhere, even if it meant suppressing information about the night the children disappeared. Could the drug operation have been a distraction, drawing investigators' eyes to chemical odors and planted clues rather than the children themselves? And what of Lily and Jack? Were they ever in harm's way from this hidden world of grow lights and nutrient solutions? These questions remain unanswered, but the connection is undeniable. A secret so serious it may have overshadowed the most urgent missing persons investigation in recent memory. 5. The trail camera nightmare. In the dense woodland just beyond the Sullivan property, a local hunter known for his meticulous use of trail cameras to track deer discovered something deeply unsettling. On the morning of May 3rd, 2 days after the children were reported missing, one camera recorded a fleeting, grainy image of a figure dragging what appeared to be a child-sized bundle along a narrow forest path. The timestamp read 5:02 a.m. The silhouette was too blurry for public release, but clear enough for experts to note something chilling. The height and gait did not match any volunteer or RCMP personnel known to be in the area. The arm motion suggested deliberate dragging, not carrying. Despite its potential importance, this footage was never prominently featured in official updates. Some insiders cite chain of custody disputes. Others blame resource constraints. Regardless, the hunter's clip leaked onto true crime forums and spread like wildfire among sleuths dissecting every pixel. It raises a horrifying possibility that the children, already out of the safe radius of their yard, were moved again under cover of dense forest, and that the official narrative overlooked one of the darkest possibilities. These 5 revelations, the polygraph blitz, the footprint void, and Haley's midnight sighting, the hidden drug operation, and the trail camera nightmare, together weave a tapestry of intrigue that defies the simplest explanation. None of them stand alone. Each revelation feeds into the next, creating a chain of evidence that shatters the idea of an innocent, aimless disappearance. When you place 54 polygraphs alongside the absolute lack of footprints, when you hear a white pickup truck slipping away at midnight, when you discover illegal drug activity beneath the children's bedroom floor, and when you watch a blurry figure haul a bundle through the trees, these are not coincidences. These are the building blocks of a story that points squarely to foul play, yet remains frustratingly incomplete. Now is the time to act. Subscribe for real-time updates as new information emerges. Share this video across every platform you use. Someone out there may hold the key to solving this mystery once and for all. And comment your prayers, hopes, and any leads you think can help shine a light on Lily and Jack's fate. Thank you for watching, and thank you for keeping the light on in one of the most bewildering missing children cases of our time. Together, we will press on, demand answers, and refuse to rest until Lily and Jack Sullivan are found safe and sound.